Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? I am the Mystical Green Beanie, and today I just wanted to unpack my feelings on everything that got unveiled at DC FanDome, or at the very least, just talk about the stuff that I cared about, just being honest. So, the first thing that I wanted to talk about was the trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Holy shit, I am down. I mean, I was already down, but this just seals the deal for me. Granted, I'm still keeping in mind that this movie could suck. It most definitely could. That said, there's still a high possibility of me just really enjoying it because I really enjoyed Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. And I love the trailer for this too. It feels quintessentially Zack Snyder. There's a lot of really high-octane action, haunting visual imagery, as well as depressing visual imagery, and it's all cut to this really soothing cover of Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, which is a fun little Easter egg because that song was in Watchmen too. And I liked it. It feels like the movie that I wanted to see after Batman v Superman. It feels like the movie that I've been looking forward to ever since the Snyder Cut was announced. And between the trailer and the panel, the reality just hit me. You know, like Amber Heard in a domestic dispute. We're getting this movie. And I'm really excited for it. Darkseid looks great. I like his design. I'm really feeling the design of Steppenwolf here. It looks like Desaad is going to be in it too. Also, there's this sequence where the Flash gets enveloped in an explosion of energy. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but it looks like there might be some time travel here. He still runs weird. I don't know what he's doing there. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, I can't wait to see this movie, and it looks really cool. Then there's The Batman, and I'm gonna be the asshole here. I don't know how to feel about this movie. I, honest to God, can't make heads or tails of it. Which is bizarre, considering the fact that, on paper, this is everything that I've ever wanted from a Batman movie. It's a hard-boiled, neo-noir detective thriller, and it's a story about a young Bruce Wayne who's trying to figure himself out and sorting through his deep-rooted anger issues while also trying to be the best Batman that he could possibly be and be the best example that he can be for Gotham as a symbol. And I love all of that. But I also can't shake the feeling of we've been here and we've done that. I was actually talking about this with Ziggy Gamma off camera, and at least based off the trailer, the Batman feels like Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight if you ran it through a taxi driver filter and slathered some grease on it. Again, I can't help but feel like we've seen this before. Plus, I'm not a huge fan of the visual aesthetic of the film. The Batsuit's not winning me over. I'm also not a fan of the logo. I don't like the design of the Batmobile. It's just very weird. The best way that I can describe it is that in ways that I wanted it to feel different, it feels too familiar. And in ways that I wanted it to feel familiar, it feels too different. I don't know, it didn't click with me like it did everyone else. Oh, that's not to say that I don't want to see it. That's far from the case. I love seeing Batman Krispy Kreme the Nostalgia Critic. That's definitely a beatdown that he's going to remember so that those guys over there won't have to. But they probably will. I'm also really excited to see a Batman movie where the Riddler is taken seriously. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, but I really like the Riddler. I think he's a wonderful villain that a lot of writers don't utilize to his full potential and just pass him off as a joke. But we've been seeing that turn around a lot recently. Between Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Zero Year, Tom King and Mikel Janin's War of Jokes and Riddles, Jeff Johns and Gary Frank's Batman Earth 1, Batman Telltale, the Riddler's been getting a lot of play lately. And I'm super excited to see what Matt Reeves and Paul Dano do with him here. And I'm really excited to see how this Batman deals with the type of threat that the Riddler provides. Oh, and quick side note here, this is a minor thing, but it's something that really stood out to me that I appreciated. Seeing Batman at an active crime scene and working with the detectives and crime scene investigators that are on site was just really classic. You know, it gave me some hard Denny O'Neil vibes, and I kind of hope the whole movie's like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We also have James Gunn's Suicide Squad. Now listen, I love David Ayer. He's one of my favorite filmmakers. He was given a raw deal with the Suicide Squad, and that does suck, because I'm in the minority of people who appreciated what he was going for. That said, based on everything that we saw at the Suicide Squad panel, this is the Suicide Squad movie that I've always wanted. It's flashy, it's tongue-in-cheek, the villains are over the top and stupid, there's a bunch of Z-listers on here that I know for a fact are gonna get axed off in the most brutal ways possible, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It looks like a lot of fun, and it also looks like it's further fleshing out the DC universe through the cast of villains. And just based off everything that James Gunn said about the Suicide Squad comics, and all the other stuff that he grew up reading, I'm really excited for this movie, and it looks like it'll be my kind of thing. And speaking of the Suicide Squad, Rocksteady revealed their Suicide Squad game, and by revealed, I mean they put out a CGI trailer. Which, why do game developers feel they need to do that? It doesn't make anyone interested in the game. It doesn't generate hype. It just makes people frustrated that there wasn't any gameplay footage. That's it. Also, I gotta be honest, this premise does not sit well with me at all. Kill the Justice League? Either one of two things is gonna happen here. We're either gonna get a Justice League versus Suicide Squad situation where the Justice League is temporarily evil and you have to beat them up to get them back to where they're supposed to be, which would be false marketing at best. Or I'm gonna be forced to sodomize Wonder Woman to death with a hedge trimmer while Harley Quinn makes a joke about lesbians and vibrators. And I don't want that. Like, I don't want that in the least bit. Like, what a miserable fucking experience that would be. And to that point, looks like they're selling the game on Evil Superman, because that's an original idea. I've certainly never seen that concept ever presented in the 80-year history of this character's existence.
Oh, by the way, I was being sarcastic.
Besides, didn't we just have a DC video game where half of the Justice League was evil, and there was a ragtag group of DC Universe misfits taking on the most powerful members of the Justice League after they've been corrupted? In fact, I recall there being two. Plus, this is supposed to tie into the Arkham universe, so, first of all, how the fuck are King Shark, Amanda Waller, and Captain Boomerang still alive? Because they all died in Assault on Arkham. Also, when did Deadshot become a black guy? Like, what? What? But that's not even the worst of it. You want to know what the worst part of all this is? You mean to tell me that all of those DC heroes that were teased in Arkham Knight, instead of being able to play as them, I have to kill them?
Whack.
But you know what doesn't look like trash? Gotham Knights. Okay, so, holy shit, this game looks like fun. So, it looks like something happens at the beginning of the game where Bruce Wayne has to destroy the Batcave, and Batman dies. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's not really dead, but you know, for the sake of the game's narrative, yeah, sure, whatever, he's dead. And in his absence, Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and Red Hood take on his responsibilities of guarding Gotham City. Let me repeat, this is a Batman game where you don't play as Batman. That concept sounds like it shouldn't work, but it totally looks like it does. I should also mention that this isn't tying into the Arkham games. It's set entirely in its own universe, and will apparently have its own unique combat system. I saw that, aside from the gliding and using your grapnel, everything else about this game is different from the Arkham series. First of all, the combat has a more RPG style system. Plus, the way in which you can approach enemy encounters is far more dynamic. It's a lot more like Spider-Man PS4, come to think of it. You can either approach an enemy encounter using stealth, or you can go in guns blazing and clear the room as loud and as flashy as you want. Also, this game has something that none of the other previous Arkham games have. NPCs. Gotham does not feel like a barren wasteland here. It feels like a populated, living, breathing city. And that's something that I've really been looking forward to in a Batman game. It also helps that the map makes Gotham City look like a real place and not just a video game map with 3 totally different islands that architecturally look nothing alike. The Court of the Owls are also in this game. That's cool, I guess. I've already made a video talking about the Court of the Owls. I think they're a lame ripoff of the Black Glove, which doesn't really matter now since the Court of the Owls is so much more popular than the Black Glove. But the fact that they're here at least gives me some hope that the boss battles will be cool, because WB Montreal is the studio that developed Arkham Origins, and of all of the Arkham games, Origins had the best boss fights. So I'll be looking forward to that, as well as this game as a whole. Then there's some minor stuff, like, you know, stuff that didn't get major trailers or clips, like Black Adam, Shazam Theory of the Gods, Flashpoint, and, you know, stuff like that. I thought all that was great. Of all of them, Black Adam sounds the most interesting to me, because apparently the Justice Society are going to be the antagonist of the story. Because even though Adam is the protagonist, he's still a bad guy. So I'll be interested in seeing how he interacts with the JSA. Flash looks like a lot of fun. I like the new suit that he has. It looks way more streamlined, which is a vast improvement on his costume from Justice League. Apparently he got this new suit from Bruce Wayne, so my favorite superheroes are stuck getting high-tech hand-me-downs from their billionaire sugar daddies. Nice. Still not crazy about Ezra Miller playing Barry Allen. He feels like a better fit for Bart if anyone else, but it is what it is. I'm also still not that jazzed about Keaton's Batman returning. I really don't care for that interpretation of the character, but I recognize that it's popular and it's what people like, so what can I really say? At least Affleck's coming back. He's my favorite live-action Batman so far, and while I'm sure he'd only really be in the beginning of the film and at the end of the film, I'm still glad that he's gonna be there. Oh yeah, and we also got a trailer for Wonder Woman 1984, and it looks fun, it looks fine. I don't really have anything else to add to that, so, yeah. Anyways, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts regarding my thoughts? What are some of your favorite announcements? What has you the most excited? What has you the most trepidatious? Let me know down below in the comment section. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, share it, support the channel, and if you want to see more content like this, all you have to do is subscribe. I'm the Mystical Green Beanie. Thanks for watching, and as always, until next time, adios nachos, adios.